In 1982, Yossi Mimi was a truck driver for the Israeli Defense Forces. He drove trucks into Lebanon for 9 years during the Israeli incursions into the country. He said commanders would give briefings where they would tell the soldiers that if one of their own were to be abducted by Hezbollah, they were to open fire on the vehicle thought to be carrying the captive soldier, even if it meant killing him. Quote, "At first it sounded very weird to shoot our own soldier, because it's impossible to hit only the abductors, you know. We talked about it among ourselves. Some said they wouldn't shoot, others said they would. People found it hard to swallow, but after we heard the order hundreds of times, it became the one and only." Unquote. This was an early form of the infamous Hannibal procedure or Hannibal Directive. In 1983, Israel swapped 4,500 Palestinian prisoners for 6 Israeli soldiers. The next year, Israel and Syria swapped prisoners. Israel released 291 Syrian prisoners, 20 of whom were civilians from the Golan Heights region of Syria, who had been arrested for resisting Israeli occupation. They also gave back the bodies of 72 Syrian soldiers. Syria released 6 Israelis, 3 soldiers and 3 diplomats, and 5 IDF bodies. In May 1985, the Jabril Agreement took place, where Israel swapped 1,150 Palestinian prisoners for 3 IDF soldiers. In 1986, an Israeli convoy was ambushed with 1 IDF soldier being KIA and 2 being abducted. In 1991, it was revealed that they were both dead. These events were a part of the lead up to the creation of the Hannibal Directive, which states that IDF soldiers should put stopping an abduction of an Israeli prisoner over the life of the prisoner. Basically, the soldier is better off being killed by his comrades than being taken by the enemy. So the soldiers are told to shoot at the abductors, and if they kill them, great. But if they kill them and their fellow soldier, also great. It was created by 3 senior officers who were in high positions of power in Israel's Northern Command, the part of the IDF that's responsible for the northern part of Israel bordering Lebanon and Syria. Quote, "The 3 were the head of Northern Command at the time, Major General Yossi Peled, the command's operation officer, Colonel Gabi Ashkenazi, and the command's intelligence officer, Colonel Yaakov Amidror, whose last post in the army before retiring was head of the National Defense College." Unquote. They say that a computer program chose the name of the directive at random, but it's kind of hard to believe that, considering Hannibal was a 2nd and 3rd century general who poisoned himself to prevent capture from the Romans. Why they would hide if they chose this name deliberately or not is unknown. On October 7th, a woman named Neomit Dekel Chin was taken prisoner by Hamas forces and loaded onto a tuk-tuk vehicle with other hostages. An IDF helicopter eventually flew overhead and engaged the vehicle, killing all the Hamas fighters and one of the hostages. In a kibbutz called Be'eri, Hamas fighters took 15 hostages to a house belonging to a woman named Pessi Cohen. A firefight broke out between Israeli forces and Hamas, and eventually an Israeli tank shot at the house. The battle ended with the deaths of all Hamas combatants and all but 2 Israeli hostages. A survivor of the attack who lost family members in the house said this, quote, "I think they didn't intend to shoot and to kill hostages, but when you shoot a tank shell in a house, you need to take into account that that is likely to happen." Unquote. Yeah, I think if you shoot a house full of people with a tank, they're probably gonna die. The IDF investigated themselves and, of course, found no wrongdoing. But the daughter of Miss Cohen said that autopsies weren't done, at least to the extent that they should have been. So how could the IDF investigation really know what killed these people? In a video taken during the start of the October 7th attacks, senior Israeli police officials were meeting to discuss the game plan on how to handle the assault. One official says he would bomb the Gaza border along with the soldiers abducted.
הייתי עכשיו מפציץ את כל קו הרצועה עם ארטילריה, דופק להם מכה על מנת שתהיה להם בעיה.
ממש להם על זה. כתבתי את זה לאמיר.
הם לא מעלים מזכרים, את רוצה שנראה?
לא, על עזה. פרק את הכל. עם החיילים שחטפו להם.
אלו הרגעים הראשונים בחמ"ל המשטרה,
איפה? באיזה יישוב?
עוד לפני שהשר הממונה יגיע, בטרם יוחלט מה לשידור ומה לצנזור.
רגע, אתה מצלם שם? אני נותן לך אישור, אתה צלם את זה. תוציא את זה בבקשה.
Now, this video alone doesn't prove that they actually did that, but it does show Israeli officials' willingness to kill their own people. And combined with the eyewitness evidence I talked about, you can be pretty certain that they did carry out some form of this directive on October 7th. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, save to watch later, share with your hot mom, share on Tumblr. Bye-bye.